In this presentation, you're going to see how to use an online system like Mango to integrate your management systems. As I've said previously on my presentations, integrating your management systems is quite tricky. You can cause a mess if you don't get it right. So hello and welcome to the ongoing series of compliance and business improvement presentations presented by Mango. My name's Craig Thornton and I present these sessions on all things to do with compliance. There's me. There are my contact details. You got any questions about today's webinar, just flick me an email or you can give me a call on my phone there. So just a quick slide. I've used this one previously on a previous webinar talking about how to integrate your management system manuals, but the benefits of integration are quite big because you can reduce a whole lot of duplication that you may have in your quality system with your health and safety and your environmental and your information security. You can actually replace a ton of duplication, and I'll show you how that's done within Mango. You're going to find you're going to have way less documentation. Your number of manuals, number of forms, number of checklists, they all will reduce by quite some amount. You'll find that objectives in your plans become in alignment. So you'll see as we get deep into Mango, you can see where various bits of evidence proving that you're meeting your objectives and your plans show that you have all of those in alignment. So you'll find that integrating your systems will bring some of that into alignment, because in some cases you can have quality objectives that conflict with maybe security or information security, or maybe in conflict with your health and safety objectives. So have a look out for that as we go through and have a look at Mango. Having an online system will reduce overlapping responsibilities. So maybe a health and safety manager may have responsibilities that overlap with a quality manager, or a food safety manager or a food safety person may be overlapping maybe with some health and safety stuff. So hopefully you'll see within Mango some of those overlapping responsibilities are made a lot clearer. I believe you get better decision making inside of an online system. You'll find that people can't delete stuff out of your systems, and they can't hide forms, and they can't hide checklists, and they can't forget to do stuff. You'll find that over time you get better decisions made. Also, a better allocation of your resources. So if you've got some resources that you use for your management systems, maybe various computers and things like that, with Mango, you can use the Mango app, or you can use any old browser. So you don't need a whole bunch of different resources, different checklists or things like that, paper-based systems. You get a better allocation of available resources. You'll find that the methods and the processes are more harmonized. So hopefully within Mango, you'll see the processes for collecting of accidents and incidents is very similar to the process for collecting of non-conformances and maybe food safety incidents and environmental incidents. You'll find that all of those systems are more harmonized and easier to operate through a workflow. And then finally, you should hopefully see there's a clearer indication of risks to the business. So as you go through the demo that I'm about to give you, look out for the risks, particularly in the risk module, that hopefully it's a lot clearer. You can see those risks within the system, because each of the modules talk to one another, so that a risk highlighted in the risk module will display in the accident module, showing you that you've got an accident that's associated with those various risks. So have a look out for that. Rightio, so let's dive into Mango. So this is the first screen you come to in Mango, is the dashboard, and this is a listing of all the stuff that this person, Peter Rogers, has to do. And as you can see, it's everything that he needs to do. So there's events, there's accidents, there's improvements, there's risks, there's environmental incidents, there's audits, there's various compliance things, there's procedures to approve, files to approve, even some e-learning. So right there on the first page, all of the systems are now integrated and all display showing what has to be done on the first page. So some of the stuff may be buried, maybe in your systems, they may be buried in various filing cabinets or spreadsheets. What Mango does, because it's a big, massive database, it just pulls that data back out and displays it all on one page. So when you first log in, you can see an integrated system right in front of you. So these crosses mean that that's time bound, and that means that that's overdue. Or if we scroll down further, there's an audit that's overdue. These audits here are coming up into the future. So right on the first page there, Mango has integrated all the systems and put it all on the very first page. If you don't like that display, you can display the same information and you can see trends. So here's some trends that I've created for the charts module. So you can see all of the health and safety accidents that have occurred, or what food incidents have occurred. So there's been one food incident in February. What environmental incidents have we had? What non-conformances have we had over the last few months? There's a chart there, accidents by body part, or events being signed off. So are people signing off things on time? So that's a charts module that can display your integrated system for you. And if you wanted to, you can just add another chart by clicking on that box there, and you can have as many charts listed on the system. Maybe for your board or for your executive team, you may want to have this display. This is an executive charts thing, talking about maybe health and safety at the start here, total reportables, frequency rate, incident rates, things like that. You can see accidents over time, non-conformances over time, environmental incidences over time, and then by type or by category, or risks reported over time, amount of training that's been delivered over time, and then these ones down here show stuff that's overdue. So that's another view of an integrated system. Let's dive a little bit into the modules themselves. So hopefully you can see the modules on the left-hand side here. They're sort of listed alphabetically. So we haven't listed them as quality or as health and safety or as information security. They are just listed as the module name itself. So let's talk about the first one, the accident incident one. That's to do with obviously health and safety. As soon as someone reports an accident, it gets listed here in the register, and then you can click on that and look at the details about that particular incident. And there's a whole lot of information there that can be completed with inside of that incident. But I talked before about risks, so you can list the risks that were involved with this particular incident. So this module talks to the risk module. It talks to all sorts of other modules as well, the details about that incident, and you can attach photos and whatnot. So there's an accident module that, when it gets completed, goes through a workflow and gets reported through a workflow. So no paperwork needed, all done electronically. So you can report an accident with the app. So the app comes free with Mango, and as long as you've got an account, a Mango account, you can have all of your staff using Mango, using it through the app. So the app has the accident module there. You can report on all accidents, all health and safety incidents, report that through the app, and then that will come and display here on the dashboard on the desktop. I'll go down to another one that's an integrated one, which is audit inspection. In this case, Mango doesn't have standard audits or inspections. You create your own audits and inspections inside of the system. So you can have all types of inspections. So here's some forklifts one, warehouse inspections. Let me just put in one here called general. So general audit. And if we just scroll down, you can see what type of questions you can put in here. So you can have quality questions that display in here. You can have environmental questions. You can have health and safety inspection questions. So you can integrate your audits into one single audit process. You can have, like you saw before, you can have individual ones, so you can just have, say, forklift inspections or confined space, whatever the inspection you want, or audit. Or you could have a general one that we're looking at here, where you can actually create sections of integration to create one audit. And then those questions, as you see in here, those questions are, you create those questions yourself, and you can have tooltips. And then the answers to those questions, you can create those answers yourself. So that, again, that also displays in the app. So when people are out doing their inspections, they can do their inspections on the app, report non-conformances or report incidents or whatever they want to report, take photos, attach those photos, and then that gets reported back to the head office or to the branch depot, to whoever's designated in that branch, and they will receive those and be able to address those issues inside of the desktop version that you're looking at here. So the audit inspection is integrated, and it has been built from when we first built the product. When we built the audit module, it had to be able to cover off audits for quality systems, health and safety, information security, whatever, food safety. I'll just quickly show you the calendar. So you can look by calendar what things are coming up. So here's some forklift training is due on that date there. There's some PPE that's overdue for renewal. So a very basic calendar, but it'll display all of your integrated system all on the calendar. And the next module is called compliance. So compliance is a record, it's like your legal register, but it also can include regulations, codes of practice. It can include all sorts of different customer requirements, international standards, industry codes, things like that. So there's a single list of all of your compliance that you have with inside of your business, and it doesn't matter whether it's health and safety or quality or environmental or whatever. It all lists there as one big listing of compliance. But if you wanted to separate them out into your individual standards, you could separate them out into maybe ISO standards or an ISO 9001 standard register, something like that. You can create those. The documents module can list all of your management system documents in any format you like. But here is the integrated manual. I've got it here already displaying here. So your integrated manual can combine all of your integrated systems, and if you sign up to Mango, we give you a free template for these. But if you just see down here on the left-hand side, you can look at the scope, the policies. This is all configurable for your organization. Quality, health and safety, ABC, you can have whatever policy, the org, structure, planning, human resources, continuous improvement, document control, supplier, infrastructure, emergency preparedness. So those ones up to 10 are sort of standard ones, but then you've got your quality processes, your health and safety processes, your environmental processes, maybe your food safety, and then maybe your information security policies or procedures. So your whole manual can be integrated into one single manual if you like. The policies and procedures will all display there. Once those manuals are all in there, the other modules, particularly the compliance module, can talk to the documents module. So if you've got a particular requirement of ISO 9001 and it's listed in the compliance module, you can link that directly to your manual. So there's an integration there from the compliance module all the way through to the documents module, displaying how you meet that compliance requirement in your documents. Okay, so the next one is environmental. So once again, similar to the accident module, you can list any environmental incidents in the system, and once again that then goes through a workflow. So here's chemicals in the waterway, remediation, permits, severity, and then categories, causes, the effects, root causes, all of that sort of stuff can all be listed all the way through that whole workflow. And then once that gets reported, it goes off to a coordinator who sends it off for investigation, and it goes through a formal process for that. So once again, this module can talk to the other modules. So if you've got any corrective actions that come from this module, then that talks to the improvement module, and any improvements that are listed from that particular incident are then reported in the improvement module. You can link off to the risk module for if you've found any potential, maybe some risks that there's some risks that are involved with that particular incident. So once again, even the plant and equipment module that we haven't quite got to yet, that also talks to this module. So there's that integration happening there. So, the beauty of having that software that does all that for you is quite nice. Okay, so the main module that I like is this one here called the event module. So this is all the time-based events that you've got inside of your system. You're going to have a ton of those for your quality system, your health and safety, your information security. All of those different systems all have time-based things like OSH meetings or supplier reviews, or here's some calibration, or some first aid training is due, or forklift training, or audits, or anything that's on a time-based system will display in this module. So for example, this one here, this supplier review of Pacific Consulting, that particular event was set up in the supplier module. And so when that gets set up, it automatically displays in this event module. So this event module displays all of those time-based events in one big list. You can see this big list here. Let's list it, make it a bit longer. You can see all of your events that are due and overdue, PPE, health monitoring, there's health monitoring, hearing tests, things like that, can all display with inside of this one module. So it's integrating all of your events that you've got on a time-based system. You can see it all in one go. So if I wanted to see where all my calibrations are at, I can just type in calibration into the search box, and then that'll find my calibrations, and I can see, I can see those 5 there are all overdue. So you don't need to have calibration registers anymore. It's all integrated with inside of Mango. So they're very powerful module, that. And I'm just giving you an overview here. There's other features inside of that module. Now, food safety. So food safety module is similar to the accident module and to the environmental module as well. You can record food safety incidents, but it's very food safety specific. So what products were involved, what was the batch, what was the pack size, what was the expiry date, what was the best before date, and so it goes. And then again, what was the plant and equipment that was used on it, what risks were involved. That again is the integration happening as well. What was the suspected cause, initial actions, what was contaminated, and so it goes. So, and then there's a workflow. You can see the workflow happening here. What's happening is it's going down through and getting investigated and then closed out. So once again, a workflow that talks to other modules that can then display information from other parts of the system to give you a full picture of what's actually happening. Human resources. So this is another key area for integration where you can, for example, report all of your skills and training in each of your compliance or your management systems. And we have a look at Peter Rogers' competency, and we can see these are all his skills that he's got. He's got a whole big long list of skills, and he's done a whole lot of ad hoc training like conferences and seminars. Let's jump into his skill report writer, his health and safety skills. You can see who the first aiders are, who the firefighters are, the safety reps. So you can create a skills matrix based on the compliance or the management system that you want. So maybe that's health and safety, maybe for food. What are the food safety skills? So the HACCP seminar, the HACCP trained level 1, HACCP level 2. You can create individualized management system skill report writers, but it's all integrated into one system. Improvement, once again, this is like the accident module. It's same as the accident module, the environmental and the food safety module. They all have the same sort of workflow where there's a certain amount of reporting at the front, but the form itself is slightly different each time. So this is a different type of display for your non-conformances. But once again, plant and equipment, risks, things like that are all display here. And then you go down through a particular workflow. And in this case, an audit was created. Well, an audit created this improvement. So this audit was done with a safety observation, and from this audit, this improvement was raised from that. And just go to plant and equipment. You can upload all your asset register or all your plant and equipment into Mango. And once again, this is agnostic to whatever management system you've got: environmental, quality, health and safety, information security. Doesn't really care what it is. But you can actually see maybe the bandsaw needs some maintenance because there's an X attached to it. The CNC is due for maintenance soon, and there's a whole swag of different features inside of this module. You can report and request maintenance for any of your plant and equipment. Risk management. So inside of Mango, we've built it so you can create your own hazard registers. You can create your own HACCP registers for food safety, your own information security risk registers or information security classification registers. The system comes in empty for a start. We give you a whole bunch of templates you can use, but you can build your own. If you wanted to see HACCP register, so this is a food safety register. You can create your own HACCP register with maybe with receiving grapes. That's the particular task you're doing. You look at the micro, the chemical, and the biological, and you put in the details are not correct because it's a demo account, but you can create your own registers inside of Mango. So if you wanted to see a hazard register, here's a hazard register for health and safety. So bees, beers. You can create your own hazard register, and then maybe you could export that to PDF if you wanted to display that for your staff. The beauty about the risk register, like I've shown you already, is that it talks to every single other module. So you can report risks throughout the system and then run reports later on to define which are your most critical or important risks. So you can run these reports. You can see which risks are causing the most accidents. You can see which risks are causing the most non-conformances. You can see which risks have the most food safety incidents associated with them. You can run those types of reports to see which risks are causing you the most issues, and then obviously you can put some programs in place to reduce and mitigate those risks over time. And then let's have a look at this final module, the suppliers module. So the suppliers module here again is agnostic to whatever your management system is, whether it's quality, health and safety, environmental. It doesn't care what it is. So if we look at a particular company here, you can do an evaluation on them. You can put in their insurances. You can put an event around them to annually review their performance. You can see a history of how many accidents they've had on your site or how many non-conformances they've had, what audits they've been involved with. So you can see a whole program of information that's been listed against any of your suppliers or contractors. And once again, you can see the integration happening there where the accident module is telling you that, the improvement module is telling you that, and the audit module is giving you that information there. So that's the suppliers module. Back to the dashboard. So for those that haven't used Mango before, so you pay a monthly fee for Mango, and then that monthly fee allows you to then have as many people using the system as you like. There's no bums on seats licensing. We also have a model that anybody that signs up to Mango, they get allocated a local partner. So a partner in your region, you get allocated one of those, and that partner will look after you, do the implementation for you, and then they're like a second level support for you. They'll answer all your questions, and if they can't answer that, then they come back to here and we provide that answer back to the partner. So we want to have that partner relationship between the customer and the partner, and that partner is a local expert who knows the integration processes within inside of Mango, and us are normally content experts. So they're either a quality, health and safety, environmental, food safety, or information security consultant. So they know some of the stuff for you. If you enjoyed that video, why don't you click here and watch a video on how to create your own integrated management system manual.